Daf Yomi Tractate Bava Batra, page 77b, top of the page, with the words Keosa Sheshaninu. This is like that which we learned in a Mishnah on 167b. Keosa Sheshaninu Kos v'nishtar l'mocher af al pi she'en lokeach imo kevin shechazik zeh b'karka nikne b'shtar b'chol makom shehu. V'zeh hi Sheshaninu. Nichasim she'ein lahem achayus, niktin im nichasim she'yesh lahem achayus, v'kesef ushtar v'chazaka. This is like that which we learned in the Mishnah. A scribe may write a bill for a bill of sale for the seller, even if the buyer is not with him when the seller presents his request. In a case of this kind, once this buyer takes possession of the land, the deed is acquired wherever it is. And this is that which we learned in another Mishnah in Kedushin 26a. Property that does not serve as a guarantee, like movable property, can be acquired together with property that serves as a guarantee, like land. When the land is acquired by means of giving money, or by means of giving a document, or by means of taking possession, this shows that a bill of sale can be transferred without any act of acquisition performed for the document, and certainly through words, which presents a difficulty to Rav Ashi's opinion. Agav shani daham matbea delo nikni bachalipin. Agav ara nikni. The Gemara answers, acquiring a bill of sale by means of acquisition of land is different, as it is similar to acquisition through an item, not by means of words. The reason is that money, which cannot be acquired through symbolic exchange, a pro forma act of acquisition affecting the transfer of ownership of an item, nevertheless, can be acquired by means of land. Kihad Rav Papa Havole Tracer Alfe Zuze Bechozai Akni Nuni Hale Nihale Rav Shmuel Bar Acha Agap Asifa de Bete Kiasa Nafek Ape Otvoch. This is like the incident where if Papa had deposited 12,000 dinars with Baileys in Bechozai. He transferred ownership of the money in Bechozai to his agent, Rav Shmuel Bar Acha, by means of the threshold of his house. The Gemara adds, when Rav Shmuel Bar Acha came from Bechozai with the money, Rav Papa was so happy that he was bringing him his money that he went all the way until Tavach to greet him. Avalo machar lo es avadim v'lo es amar sufin v'lo es antike mahe antiki amrav papa iska de begave. The Mishnah teaches that when one sells a ship, he has sold various other items, but he has not sold the slaves, nor the packing bags, nor the antique. But when one said to the buyer, you are purchasing the ship and all it contains, all of these are sold as well. The Gemara asks, what is the meaning of antique? Rav Papa said it means the merchandise that is on the ship. This merchandise is not sold together with the ship. New Mishnah, hamocher es hakoroin loy mochar es haprodois. Mochar es haprodois loy mochar es hakoroin. Mochar es hatzemed lo mochar es habokar. Mochar es habokar loy mochar es hatzemed. Yehuda omer adamim modi'in. Ketzad amar lo mochar li tzmidach. B'masayim zuz. Adav yedua she'en hatzemed b'masayim zuz. V'chamamrim ein damim rayo. One who sold a wagon has not sold the mules that pull the wagon. Similarly, if one sold the mules, he has not sold the wagon. One who has sold the yoke has not sold the oxen, and one who sold the oxen has not sold the yoke. Rabbi Yehuda says the sum of money indicates but when it's sold, how so? If the buyer said to the seller, sell me your yoke for 200 dinars, since it is no matter that a yoke is not sold for 200 dinars, he clearly intended to purchase the oxen as well. And the rabbis say the sum of money is not a proof. Gemara. The Talmud says, Tani, Rav Tachlifa bar Maravel, Kamei Deravi Abahu, Machar Esakorin, Machar Esaprodos, Vehonan lo Machar, Tanan, Amrle Ismaye, Amrle lo Titargim Masnitzayech Ba'adukin Bo. Rav Tachlifa from the west, meaning Eretz Yisrael, taught a Braita before Rabbi Bahu. If one sold a wagon, he has sold the mules together with it. Rabbi Bahu asks, but didn't we learn in the Mishnah that he has not sold the mules? Rabbi Tachlifa said to him, should I erase this Braita as it is incorrect? Rabbi Bahu said to him, no, do not erase it. You should explain your Braita is referring to a case where the mules are fastened to the wagon. In that situation, one who purchases the wagon receives the mules as well. Machar es tzemed, lo machar es bakar. Echidami, ilim in the kar tzmida, the bakar pshita, tzmida zavim betle, bakar lo zavim le. Ve'ela de karule nami, the bakar tzmida kule zavim le. The Mishnah teaches one who sold the yoke has not sold the oxen, and the rabbis from Yehuda disagree over whether the sum of money proves exactly what was sold. The Gemara analyzes their disagreement. What are the circumstances? If we say that the Mishnah is referring to a place where they call a yoke tzimda and they call oxen bakar, it is obvious they sold him a yoke and did not sell him the oxen. But if the Mishnah is referring to a place where they also called oxen tzimda, then the seller sold him everything. Lo itzricha. The Gemara says no, their dispute is necessary. Ba'asr to karole tzimda bakar. It says their dispute is necessary in a place where they call tzimda and call oxen bakar, but they call a yoke tzimda and they call the oxen bakar. But there are also those who call oxen tzimda. Since it is unclear what is meant by the term tzimda, Rabbi Yehuda holds that the sum of money indicates whether he purchased a yoke or oxen, and the rabbis hold that the amount of money does not serve as proof. The Gemara asks, but if the amount of money does not serve as proof, then in a case where the buyer paid 200 dinars and received only a yoke, let the transaction be nullified. And that's the end of 77b. It's the end of 77b.